Hey guys, welcome to this video. So in this video, particularly we are gonna discuss about the Azure interview questions. And here I have integrated more scenarios and what you should answer in this interview. Like we're gonna discuss about it. Okay, so let's go on to the first question. Okay, so here your company uses a multiple Azure resources like virtual machines they had, database they had, and storage. Okay, so how can you manage them efficiently? Okay, this is what the question. And now we can move on to the solution. See, in Azure, we can find ARM. Okay, so Azure Resource Manager. That Resource Manager would literally helps you to organize everything in a resource group. Okay, that resource group um, can be in a can hold multiple resources as well. For example, your resources can be in various location, but you can keep it into one particular resource group. Okay. In addition to that, let me tell you an example. See, if you wants to develop a web app and with the database together, you can simply achieve it with um, ARM template. This ARM template literally simplifies all the infra setup. Okay, so whatever the resource which you wanted to create, you can pass it everything as a JSON code in the ARM template. Then that ARM template would creates all the resources. And also this one helps to replicate the resources in the another account or another subscription. Okay, it literally simplifies the deployment and then the updates and then the organization. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next question. See, two VNet in different regions cannot communicate despite being peered. See, the thing is, first we need to check our peering is properly mapped or not. Okay, so that peering is literally configured in bidirectional or unidirectional. Okay, and also we initiated peering in the same subscription or different tenant. That also we need to check. And also IP ranges confliction should not happen. Okay, so you need to ensure the proper IP ranges. And also you can use this network watcher to verify if packets are being sent and received between these two networks or not. That you can find it via this network watcher. Okay, and coming to the next question. Your company needs to implement a single sign-on for the customer. Now the solution is Active Directory. We can use it. Okay, so whenever you are hearing about single sign-on, that you can apply it in top of Active Directory. Okay, so how we can enable this Active Directory? This Active Directory literally provisioning the uh, IAM for cloud apps. Okay, IAM means identity and access management for your cloud apps. And using this AD, you can enable that SSO by the help of on-premises Active Directory. You need to sync it on-premises Active Directory with your cloud Azure directory. So if you're gonna enable like that, single sign-on would comes to the picture. So users log it once and access multiple apps securely. These are all the things we can do it here, and also which supports to perform multi-factor authentication, OTP based authentication. It allows, and in on-premises in real time, this is the best practice to ensuring the security. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, see, in this use case, a critical database needs to remain available during regional outages. Regional outages. See, you can here we can apply the geo replication in the Azure SQL. Okay, so for example, what will happen um, if a primary region got failed due to any cyber attack or something happened to that primary region, means it can provide service to the replica. Okay, see, database it's literally would copy to the another region. Okay, if we gonna enable geo replication means, okay, so then if if something gonna happen to the primary region, it can provide from the replica And also it allows to do automated backups and point in time restore options also there. Okay, so if you are expecting high availability for database, you can go with the geo replication. If you are not expecting the high availability for your database, you can go with the local redundancy. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next question. See, a global website should automatically redirect users to the nearest server. Okay, so this one we can achieve it via traffic manager. Okay, this traffic manager would routes based on the factors like locations, latency, or availability. Okay, so here in this traffic manager, you have to select the performance routing. That performance routing would achieve this scenario. See, if one server is in US and one server in Mumbai, if you're gonna enable the performance routing, it would pass the request to the nearest server. Okay, let me take one more example. If one server in US which is down, and traffic manager would automatically redirects to the backup server which present on Europe. Okay, and also which should ensure minimal downtime and it's for better performance. Okay, so generally if you are going to configure the DR setup, business continuity plan, this traffic manager would comes to the picture. Okay. Yeah. So then move on to the next one. Okay. So your manager wants to automate email notification for failed transaction in database. So for that, what we can do is, if you are a beginner, if you are a fresher, you can try with Azure Logic App, because the beauty is here we don't want to write any code. Here we can execute the application by using logical blocks. Okay, so we just gonna pick blocks from there and we gonna connect it accordingly, and then that gonna work. Okay, see, in this example I said you can create a logic apps to send an email notification when the transaction fails in the database. Okay, so that you can achieve it easily via this Azure Logic App. Not only this Azure Logic App, if you are knowing the shell scripting and then that Python, Java, if you know those, you can also write a script over there and then you can map it into that respective automation tool which you had. Okay, and it also integrates many services. For example, this Azure Logic Apps integrates the Outlook, SQL, and also Azure Functions. And comes to the next one. Okay, so your team is decided on a tool for continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay, so to achieve this, which tool is recommended? GitHub, Actions, or Azure DevOps pipeline. Which one is recommended? See, if you are going to configure a high scale projects or high end configurations, you're gonna achieve it means you can go with Azure DevOps pipeline. See here itself, I said Azure DevOps is a complete suite for CI/CD pipelines, project management, and testing plans. This GitHub Actions focus more on workflows and tight and integrated with this GitHub repository. See, uses Azure DevOps for larger enterprises projects. And see, I said, mm, so, and GitHub Actions are smaller, GitHub centric projects. Okay, which is not recommended for high scale scenarios. And yeah, comes to the next one. A web app is experiencing high cost due to the traffic spikes. What and all we can do for this? First thing, we can use Azure auto scaling to handle the traffic spikes instead of provisioning instead of provisioning the VMs. Generally, we are using auto scaling for provisioning VMs, right? But we gonna configure this for handling the traffic spikes. And if we know if you know the workload which is under predictable means, you can change your VMs into reserved or spot instance. But generally, if you are running any production application, if you are running any crucial application inside the server, spot instance are not recommended. You can go with the reserved instance. Okay, generally spot instance which is only for testing usage, and then the basic usage. And yeah, so and also you can implement the Azure Advisor recommendation, which is to identify the cost saving opportunities. Okay, then yeah, let's move on to the next one. VM is running slow during the peak hours. What we can do? First thing is we can configure this Azure monitor. If you are an L1, you have to do this. Okay, Azure monitor. Azure monitor you can enable it. So that itself you can track the CPU, memory, disk usage, networking, network out, disk read operation, write operation, CPU utilization. Like you can monitor everything. And next thing, you have to use analyze. Sorry, you have to use there's analyze metrics to identify the bottlenecks like the CPU utilizations. And the third thing is you can do vertical scaling. Vertical scaling means you can resize the virtual machine hardware. And also, if it's not comfortable to you, means you can go with distributed mechanism like load balancer. You can integrate it. Load balancer would distribute loads to the backend available nodes. Okay, and if you are expecting more and more high availability, you can enable that auto scaling in the backend of load balancer. Okay, which would provides more high availability. And yeah, that's it guys in this video. I hope this video helps you well. In the next video I'll come up with an interesting topic. And yeah, see you guys, stay tuned, bye.